Okay.
And we
I
are
am
live.
broadcasting. We are back with what will no doubt be a truncated version of WrestleMania 1, as we already started recording it, and I fucked up and didn't opt in, so we have a version that's Tim having a schizophrenic breakdown talking to himself about WrestleMania 1.
And complaining about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Hopefully we won't get to that, but I have a feeling we will.
We will. And do you
Okay.
know why, Eric? Do you know why we
Uh.
will?
What is that?
Because fuck Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
One of the only actual nice guys in wrestling. You just take a shit on him.
Oh yeah. Because it seems very nice to just take a dump on an old man who was like 5 years away from death.
Nice guys can dislike people too.
No, they can't. Why don't you talk to Pope Francis? You think he dislikes anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. He probably does. Bet you he doesn't really like Donald Trump. I don't want to sit down and talk with Donald Trump. That's okay, Pope Francis. You don't have to. We still love you.
Way to cut back on the pedo thing.
Ooh.
No, not him. That was the last one.
Right.
Well, no, I'm saying he actually kind of seems to be like, hey, stop diddling them kids.
Holy
It's a
shit.
stance no one has really taken in a while.
It's true. Hey, there's a couple new weapons in the gun shop there.
Right, 'cause I think there may be another update.
Yeah. Oh, is that the fucking fireworks launcher? Nope, that's the homing launcher. Where the hell do I buy ammo for my fireworks launcher?
Alright, so shall we jump into it, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so our first match up, the first WrestleMania ever, starting off hot with Playboy Buddy Rose versus Tito Santana.
Now. It was not Playboy Buddy Rose.
The Executioner
It was the Executioner.
versus Tito Santana.
You know, this is unfortunate. This is really unfortunate because we already went through this broadcast. So, we're going to hit a lot of points where we just, like, fucking loop around and say the same shit we've already said. But, I don't know. Do I go into the whole, like, history of the WrestleMania and shit like that?
Nah, we'll kind of, if anything is relevant as we go, we can bring it up then.
Yeah. Ooh. That is a fucking cool looking... I'm gonna buy that shit. I like it. Basically, what I had said before was that WrestleMania 1 was the culmination of Vince's efforts to try and get this company onto a national level. Before that, he had been trying to compete with the territories and doing okay, but this was like a really go for broke idea, and if it didn't work, the entire company probably would have been fucked, and we would either be watching Monday Nitro or, God forbid, Impact every week. So
yeah, it's one of those, like, you know, things about a butterfly flapping its wings and it affecting things across the world, because who knows, you know, what would have happened, because if WrestleMania would have failed, you know, Nitro wouldn't have been a thing because WCW wouldn't have been competing with Vince, which was the main reason for it. And
Yeah.
WCW as a whole might not have existed because the kind of cutthroat maneuvers they used against Jim Crockett Promotions are what caused them to sell out to Turner in the first place.
yeah.
So just, you know, be a completely different landscape in ways we'll never know, obviously.
So I mean, we're getting off topic, but do you think that
Yes, we are.
do you think that the entire wrestling business would have stayed territorial if this failed? I mean, especially
Um,
if this failed, because then every other territory would be scared to do the same thing. They're like, yeah, they tried that once. You
yeah.
remember WrestleMania? It was a fucking joke.
Yeah, I don't think. I think technology would have killed the territories at some point anyway.
Fair
There's really
enough.
no way around that.
Yeah.
But short term, it definitely would have extended the run.
Yeah. It's a good point. God forbid, all they needed was for fucking, like, New Japan to actually get online when there were no companies really in the States. And they got the world by the balls. Oh, man. So, yeah, so Tito Santana and Playboy Buddy Rose with a line through it, the Executioner. Hey,
Redacted.
how about that promo before the match, though?
Yeah. Again, probably won't be as funny since the first 3 or 4 matches or so are things we already covered before we realized that I had not opted in to the casting here. But
We're not
yeah,
gonna
like
pour
I
salt in
say,
that
his
wound, Eric.
yeah, Buddy Rose's promo was something along the
Well,
lines of
with a line through it, the Executioner.
the Executioner's promo was something along the lines of a Rick and Morty sketch, because he seemed to just have a rough outline of a plan, which was that he was going to attack.
Really rough.
He was going to be attacking Tito Santana's leg, and that seemed to be about all he had to say. But he had to stretch this out for 45 seconds or so. So the promo came off as, "I'm gonna attack Tito Santana's leg to weaken him up for Greg Valentine. So Tito Santana, if you don't like getting your leg attacked, you're in the wrong match, because some bad things are gonna happen to your leg in this match when I attack it."
Yeah, like, and if you you know, don't want me to attack your legs, you should leave or take your legs off, because I'm gonna bite your legs. And yeah, it was
Is that allowed?
It was just really bad like that. If you've ever watched any of the interdimensional cable episodes where they are just completely fucking hammered and improvising, that's what his promo sounded like. Is it really that far-fetched to imagine that a wrestler was hammered while he's cutting a promo?
I was actually gonna say you may have just cracked the code on this one, because I mean I don't know too much about Buddy Rose. I'm not gonna lie. I know he was big in, I believe, like Portland is where he came from territory-wise. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he's regarded as being a guy who was a good promo. So, like, I don't know what happened here.
Oh, maybe he just
Okay.
maybe he just got into the mask, and said, I mean, I don't really care. It's not like it's gonna damage my career. It's not like anybody is like one day gonna be able to get on a computer and just go to Google and say, who was the Executioner at WrestleMania 1? That's not gonna happen.
Little known fact: Playboy Buddy Rose knew what Google would be in 30
Yeah, right?
years.
Exactly.
He could have been a billionaire.
No, nobody's gonna go to Ask Jeeves and say, who was the Executioner? Like, what are you talking
Man,
about
he
when
was
you
really
say
in the
things like
long
that?
line of work.
Yeah, but not too long, because I don't think Ask Jeeves exists anymore. I'm gonna go to
I'm
Ask
fairly certain
Jeeves
it
and
does
ask
not.
Jeeves if Ask Jeeves still exists. Oh. 404 not found. I guess I should have seen that one coming. Oh, man. So how about the match itself? I mean, it happened. There was a match there.
Yeah,
Uh,
the match is way less notable than the promo.
Yeah.
Just, very standard, kind of bland 80s wrestling.
Yeah. That actually was a
nothing.
legitimate question. I forgot that there was a match around that.
Not really anything good or bad. Just was. Tito Santana wins with a figure 4 leg lock.
Which is
About it.
so funny, because he's going into the match like, I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna hurt your leg, and then your leg is gonna hurt for the next like couple of days, and then you should be fine. But for the next couple of days, it's gonna hurt your leg.
Yeah, and
And
I
then-
don't recall him even using any offense on Tito's leg.
That's also something. Uh-oh, I drove into a gang attack. Oh, God, no.
Are you dead?
Yeah. Eric, I drove into that fucking tunnel, and there were a bunch of, like, assholes waiting in there, and they just fucking sprayed down my windshield as soon as I drove in. And then my car just kept
I'll be
going
right
and hit
there.
one of the dudes. I killed a gangster because they shot up my car and it kept driving after I died. Why did he just stand there?
I'm coming to you. We'll do this gang attack thing together.
Oh, yeah.
Just gotta give me a few minutes. I'm about 5 miles away.
No problem. I'm gonna throw gas grenades at them to really piss them off. Uh-oh. Ow! Fuck! They see me already. And they're mad. Stop. Don't do that. Okay, here we go. Gas grenade! What's up?
So yeah, that's pretty much not really anything else to say for that first match from me.
Yeah. I'm good
Tito
on that
looked
first
good. He had a
match.
nice flying forearm, but just
Yeah.
not quite my cup of tea. Not a big old school wrestling guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Sad thing is I
match
am,
that
but,
barely
man,
has
Tito's
match that
just
barely
not-
has anything to talk about. We had Special Delivery Jones being crushed by King Kong Bundy.
Alright. So, I mean, is there anything else we need to say about that match?
Not really. It seemed like more than 9 seconds to me, and the record has since been broken by The Rock defeating Eric Rowan in 4 seconds.
I'm sorry, did you say The Rock defeating Eric Rowan?
Yeah, that was last WrestleMania. Remember, he came out with the flamethrower.
Wait. I'm so confused. The Rock and Eric Rowan
Yeah.
had a match last year?
Remember, The Rock came out and Bray Wyatt confronted him, and then Rowan hit the ring, got rock bottomed, and pinned.
Huh. I didn't know that was actually a match.
No, the ref counted a fall. The Rock
Yeah.
took off his pants.
I did.
When The Rock
oh,
takes off his
gross.
pants, shit got real.
Yeah. I just completely fucking brained a dude with the Magnum, and he just fell and got back up. He's like, whoa, that was close. Oh, he did not get back up that time.
No, leave some for me. I'm on my way.
Oh, I still have 12 guys left, don't worry. Holy,
Okay.
what the fuck was that?
Alright, so... Yeah, King Kong Bundy. Looks like a giant baby. No eyebrows.
Does.
Creepy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no facial hair. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna ask that question. Let's move along to Ricky Steamboat and Matt Bourne.
Yep. And we've pretty much caught up already.
I'm
Okay.
gonna spare you, but I don't like Ricky Steamboat. The person,
Yes.
fuck the person. The performer is just fine, but I don't like the person. I'm not gonna. I'm
He's
not.
the sweetest dude in wrestling, and you shit on him.
Eric, you're making me sound like a really bad person here. This is my part. You're
You
a
have
guest.
flimsy reasons.
You're a guest on the PlagueCast, and this is how you're treating the host.
This is worse than when you backed Team Iron Man.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. All right, these are spoilers, so we could have a problem here. If anybody would like to,
We're not
speak to
gonna.
me,
We're not gonna
no,
do that.
no. We're not gonna do this. But if anybody would like to speak to me and get legitimate reasons for why I don't like Ricky Steamboat and why you shouldn't either, you can send me a message and I will tell you why. Ricky Steamboat,
And also, Captain America is better.
Eric. Ricky Steamboat defeated Matt Bourne. Matt Bourne,
Yes, he did.
yeah. Matt Bourne,
It was
if
probably
you
the best
care to
match
say
of the
it.
night.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. Matt Bourne was pretty decent for his time, and yeah, he would eventually become known as Doink the Clown. You were questioning
Yeah, the
before
first
how
one. Yeah.
you were questioning before how someone like Matt Bourne, who's considered to be an excellent wrestler for his time, would get stuck with a gimmick like a murdery clown. And I think the
Well,
answer
I
is
guess they
basically
just.
that around that time, around like 88 to 90, Vince just sort of shifted the gamut of wrestling to like cartoony characters. And, one of them was The Undertaker, another one was Doink the Clown. And he's like, man, we need
There were a
someone.
shitload more than that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Oh, I
Someone that
don't
could
I don't
carry
want to
the weight of that.
I don't want to talk about Repo Man or Bastion Booger or anything like that. So I'm going to go straight to Doink the Clown. I think Vince basically said, this gimmick is fucking stupid, but I think the people are going to love it. We just need somebody really good that can sell this thing. And I think he looked no further than someone who had a good track record in Matt Bourne. I think that's how he became Doink the Clown, the first of... I was going to say the first of many, but probably wasn't many. It was probably a couple, right?
It was 4 or so. Oh,
Oh, Lord.
I went in the wrong side of the tunnel.
No problem.
Okay, hold on. Alright, now I'm back.
Anything stand out about the match itself for you?
I remember Bourne doing a nice suplex. Not too much else.
Yeah.
Ricky won with the crossbody.
If I remember correctly, that one looked pretty good. Oh, man. Do you know what's
Sweet.
next?
Let's see. Oh man. We
Yeah.
have the San Martino.
Oh, don't say the San Martinos. Don't you dare lump Bruno in with his disappointing son. Yes, we have David Sammartino versus Brutus Beefcake, who was not the barber just yet.
Yeah, doing more of a male dancer sort of thing.
Yeah. And hey, how about that promo before the match?
Yeah, Brutus Beefcake with Luscious Johnny Valiant, who was like a big 1970s draw, I believe, for him, or maybe 60s even.
Guys seem pretty decent for a heel manager, I do have to say that. Sounds like there's not much agreement with me on that one, but I
I
thought
mean, I
he
got
was
nothing
alright.
against him. Yeah, he did just fine. So yeah, he's talking for Brutus Beefcake, as a manager's prone to doing. And he, kind of throws to him during the middle of the interview, and oddly enough stands in front of him while he does it, completely blocking him from the camera. So he's like, yeah, tell him, Beefcake. And dead silence. And then Beefcake does like the raspberry, like the...
Yeah, let me blow a raspberry after that. What the fuck? Aye. And the match was probably not as good as that promo.
Yeah, it was, David tried to work the leg.
Whoa.
Yeah, I killed him all with the sniper rifle.
Good job, Eric.
But, yeah, David, tried to work a very technical style match. A lot of leg locks. And it seemed like the crowd were just absolutely losing their shit for Bruno anytime he did anything. But the match itself was just kind of,
Yeah.
like, they weren't even that interested in that.
It was definitely obvious that they had an idea for David. And they wanted to use Bruno to try and get the crowd on his side. But for some reason, shortly after that, he gave up wrestling. And from what I researched it a long time ago. Maybe my facts are a little bit wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing where I say that David Sammartino is Bruno's disappointing son, not a complete exaggeration. Because from what I understand, Bruno was extremely upset that David walked away from wrestling. And I'm pretty sure they are still not on speaking terms with each other. Like, Bruno
Really?
was pissed. He was
Wow.
fucking mad. I mean, because not only did he give him the fucking, like, greatest legacy that you could possibly have in wrestling. Up to then, anyway. Be a Sammartino, who was fucking legendary in the 60s and 70s. Was he in the 60s? I forget. He was, right?
Bruno? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
In the 60s and 70s, Bruno was an absolutely legendary wrestler. And David had the advantage of carrying that name with him. He had everything handed to him.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't think he was that bad in the ring. Maybe it was a little boring. You know, I'm that type of fucking goober. I like that methodical wrestling. So what the fuck? Okay. Anyway. I didn't think he was that bad, but I guess he just felt like it wasn't for him and he wanted to do something else. And
Yeah.
it destroyed Bruno. It made him really upset. Like I say, I don't think they're on speaking terms anymore. Hopefully something has changed since I read that. But if not, then it is funny to joke about Bruno Sammartino and him saying to people, you know, have you met my disappointing son? Always fun. So, David Sammartino and Brutus Beefcake, like I say, who was not the barber yet, who was just a guy that was scared to talk,
Was a douchebag.
using words, because he's perfectly fine talking using raspberries, but not actual, you know, English. Their match goes to a double disqualification, was it? Yeah, because
yeah.
Valiant started getting involved in the match, and Bruno jumped in like, hey, fuck you. And he started punching out, what the hell's his name?
Oh, Valiant.
Yep. Well, he started punching out Valiant, and then I think he got mad at the barber there, who was not the barber. And, you know, Valiant was attacking David Sammartino at one point, and I'm pretty sure I saw him cry when Bruno started coming his way, though. I don't think he ever actually got aggressive with him. I'll fight your disappointing son, but I ain't gonna take you on. What do you mean, my disappointing son? Oh, you'll see.
He
Anyway.
wrestled him. He already knew. And then again, he was Brutus Beefcake, so he's probably like, man, I can't keep up with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely never was a fan of the barber. Or
Yeah, I think
Brutus
Brutus
Beefcake's
Beefcake's
the
fucking
stripper.
awful.
Yeah.
He should be fucking ashamed of himself for drawing a paycheck at any point in wrestling, basically.
Yeah.
He had a decent body and, you know, best buddies with Hulk Hogan, so he just got work wherever Hogan was.
Yeah. Unfortunate thing.
Fuck the Nasty Boys for the same reason. Although at least there's some Nasty Boys matches I can watch.
I
Oh,
can't
man,
even
my fucking...
I can't even look at them. So if you can watch any of their matches, then props to you.
I thought I showed you. They had like that some really good matches with Cactus Jack and different tag partners. That was about it.
That sounds unlikely to me.
It was just a stupid brawl.
Okay. A brawl is a brawl. I thought you were telling me that they
Yes.
had a good wrestling match. I was
No,
like,
it
I
was
doubt
like
that.
a false count anywhere. They had like a couple of them with Cactus Jack. I think one was Cactus and Max Payne, and the other one might have been Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan, possibly, or Terry Funk.
Gotcha.
I know at some point Terry Funk pile drove a Nasty Boy into a pumpkin. I don't remember the specifics.
Hey,
So anyway,
you can continue with your story. Well, what do you want to do? I mean,
That was it.
I'm just driving your car.
what's left of it?
Yeah.
I don't know, we should probably take this thing back to my garage. The fucking front wheels are at a 45-degree angle. He looks like a fucking Salvador Dali painting.
Ooh, I'm gonna crash
Okay.
headlong into a train. Tell your story.
No, it wasn't really a story. Our next match was the Intercontinental Championship between the Junkyard Dog and Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Not such a memorable match.
No, no. Again, recurring theme.
Hey, what was that? What was that promo about, though? You
This
caught
one was a Junkyard Dog saying that he was going to trade the Intercontinental Championship for Bones.
No, he didn't. He said that he was gonna. Wait, did he say he was gonna trade the title for Bones? I thought he just said that he was gonna like make more money. Either that or that he was gonna sell the belt, which hey, even better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he planned on
It was
selling.
definitely.
He was.
It was
a
definitely
face.
related to his financial situation and Bones.
Yes, because as you know, Bones are in very high demand and very low supply.
Well, I think the implication, this being 1985, was he wanted to outbid Michael Jackson on the Elephant Man's Bones.
Hmm.
So he needed a little extra cheddar to accomplish that.
I see.
You know, because Michael Jackson wanted them bones.
I
Yeah.
I feel
So, yeah,
so alone gunning up a bigger pile than Bones. Like what? Never mind. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, yeah. So he planned on buying Bones.
Yep, that was his
That's-
motivation.
Yep.
They've taken the being a dog thing a little bit too far. Thankfully, he did not at any point hump Greg the Hammer Valentine
Yeah.
that we know of.
He did not take a leak on the turnbuckle. He was very well behaved in that match.
He is definitely housebroken, absolutely.
Yeah. He has been well conditioned. I will give him that. Now, not the greatest wrestler in the world. Is,
No. Not really any debate about that. He's never
But
comes up on the great technicians. But he just, the guy connected with the crowd like no one else. I mean,
yeah.
he basically wrestled in a more or less notoriously racist area and was still the top face.
Yeah.
Because he just, the guy was fucking over and money's money.
Yeah. He also seemed like a genuinely nice person.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard any horror stories about him as a person, so that's always good.
He
Because there aren't a lot of wrestlers that you won't hear horror stories about at some point or another.
Yeah, it's true. Hell, even Hulk Hogan.
Oof.
Everybody's childhood is ruined. Yeah, I mean, not a bad wrestler, but just very basic. Doesn't know much more than headlocks and, that whole headbutt thing that the dog-based characters used to do. But Valentine is someone, like Eric says, Greg Valentine is the type of person that you look at him and you say, man, I am not interested in watching any of that man's matches. But then when you watch one of his matches, he's actually pretty good. This match was not the typical Greg the Hammer Valentine match. This one was not so great.
Yeah, he won by cheating, and then, kind of, I guess, seeing the Junkyard Dog get screwed, Tito Santana comes out, because, he already had his little feud with Greg Valentine going, so he's stands out there in his street clothes explaining to the referee that this asshole had his feet on the ropes. He kicks the ropes about 3 dozen times to really drive this point home.
Oh yeah, and they wobble like crazy to the point that you really thought the bottom rope was just gonna fall off.
Yeah, rope tension was different back then.
Yes, it was. And thank God it's different now. Anyway.
Yeah, so now we have a fucking real rough one. We have
Oh no, wait,
the
hang on, cause the match does get restarted. And
did it?
oh yeah, match got restarted, and Junkyard Dog wins this time by count out. So the title still doesn't change hands.
I forgot about the restart, actually. Shit. I just must have stroked out there.
Yeah. Well, welcome to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 2 is going to be even more fun.
Yeah.
So, moving right along. Oh, speaking of not memorable, we have Nikolai Volkov in the Iron Sheik with Freddie Blassie against the U.S. Express, Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham with the captain. Do you want to explain the thing about the music, or? Wow, that was an interesting flip.
Oh man. Well, yeah, a lot of people know, some don't, that the Real American theme actually originally belonged to the current tag team champions here, the U.S. Express. Now, obviously, for the WWE Network version, I believe it's dubbed that Hogan has his Real American theme. If anything, I can't remember if you can hear his music. But my understanding is that at the original event, the U.S. Express did use Real American. And Hogan used Eye of the Tiger. Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger. Because of Rocky. He was in
Yes.
Rocky, so. And Vince was like, hey, it's all cool that you were in Rocky. That's no big deal. So. Alright, so yeah, so probably on the network version, the U.S. Express came out to nothing, I have to imagine.
Probably just something very generic or something like that. Some stock music.
I have a feeling that, I mean, because this was the show that most people did not come out to music of any kind, am I right?
Yeah, entrance themes hadn't really hit just yet, like as like a big thing that everyone did.
Yeah. Man, well, we can't delay this forever. We have to talk about this match that happened. Would you care to talk about this match?
Boy, I don't really know what to say. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it was not a memorable match. Man, your car is bouncing like a moaf, and I cannot control it anymore.
Yeah, I told you to take it back to the garage quite a while ago.
Oh yeah, you did. And then I set out to I was gonna crash it into the front of a train. Back to the tracks. No, we have to do something more interesting. Yeah, no, it was not a memorable match. Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik won.
Yeah, Wyndham did a nice bulldog at some point. I remember that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and also Bray Wyatt's daddy was in the match.
Right.
Yeah. And that's about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Because we had some more quality ahead.
The Sheik hit Wyndham with Freddie Blassie's cane.
Son of a bitch.
That was it.
Was this the show that the cane got fucking destroyed when he hit him, right?
I believe it did, yeah.
And that one, if I remember correctly, that one looked like it really fucking hurt. Didn't he hit him right at the top of the spine with the thing?
I don't remember that exactly.
I'm gonna have to check the tape on that one, but I'm pretty sure he hit him right at the base of his neck, on the back of his head. And I was like, wow, that looks like it really fucking, and especially because of the way the cane shattered as soon as he hit him. Yeah, so they got the pin off a dirty hit, and I guess those are your new tag team champions, huh?
Yep.
I don't even
for a
want.
little while.
I don't even want to talk about the promo they cut in front of the fucking Rangers locker room. It was 1985. They couldn't afford these expensive backdrops. Let's go Rangers. The following match was Andre the Giant and Big John Studd. Do you want to take us through the whole stipulation for that match?
It was a $15,000 body slam challenge where either Andre would body slam Big John Studd and win the $15,000.
$15.
Yep.
It was worth a lot more in the 80s.
Yep. And if Andre the Giant was body slammed by Big John Studd, he would retire. So,
Well, they called it the Body Slam Challenge. I feel like they could have been a little bit more clear. It wasn't that Andre needed to be body slammed in order to be forced to retire. All he had to do was either win the match or basically just the match concludes without John Studd having been body slammed. The challenge was you cannot body slam Big John Studd.
ah, yes, you were right.
If you can, you get $15,000. If you can't, win, lose, or draw, you gotta fucking retire.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and obviously he did. We all remember the iconic image of Andre the Giant reaching into the bag and grabbing $100 bills and just chucking them out into the crowd. I have heard that was actual money.
Yeah, I believe it was. He doesn't throw too much of it before Bobby Heenan takes the bag, but gets a couple handfuls out into one little section of the crowd there.
Couple handfuls though. Vince probably shit himself a little bit. He's like, come on, he's throwing too many.
Yeah, probably.
He's like, I told him to grab a handful. I didn't think about the size of his hand.
The front row tickets for WrestleMania 1, that probably cost about $17.
Uh-oh. Eric, I'm so sorry about your car. Never mind. It's safe. I'm out of here, though.
Yeah.
This is your problem. Oh, man. Yeah, that match actually was... It was fun for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Andre the Giant does what he does. That's basically all you can say.
Andre the Giant does what he does. And, I mean, so does John Studd. John Studd is basically your typical... giant, except when you put him next to an actual, like, true-to-life giant. Because John Studd looked like, I don't want to say Rey Mysterio next to, hey, get this fucking guy away from me. He's pissing me off. Get away from me, Ernest. Eric, make him go to camp. Come on.
I'm coming.
Get him. Get him.
Ernest goes to hell.
Ernest goes to the emergency room.
No, it looks like Ernest goes to the morgue.
Oh, you threw a morgue reference in there. My man. Oh, God.
He's probably okay. Oh, shit, he's okay.
No, he's not. Wee. Yeah, no, I mean, Andre does what he does, but let's not also forget about his fucking horrendous-looking chops at the start of the match. And when I say horrendous, I mean that in a good way. I mean, they look like they fucking suck. He looked like he was swinging a tree trunk at him.
He was pretty much not too far off.
Yeah. And I mean, like I say, the rest of the match was basically just two big dudes being big dudes and lots of bear hugs and headlocks and just not terribly interesting stuff. Excuse me. Sorry, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
The match ends with just a whole bunch of leg kicks from Andre the Giant and then a body slam because...
Yeah.
They go together like lamb and tuna fish. Then we move on to the semi-main event, which was Wendy Richter with Cyndi Lauper versus Leilani Kai with the fabulous Moolah.
Shmoola?
Shmoola. The Cyndi Lauper promo, man. Why did they let her talk though? Why did they
I don't
let
know.
any? Okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna say why did they let any of these women talk? No. Why did they let anybody but Fabulous Moolah talk?
Yeah, they all.
Fabulous Moolah really was the Bobby Heenan of her time. She seemed like good on the microphone. She could really fucking talk.
And then the other two sound like rednecks.
Yeah. Listen here, Shmuel. The fuck are you talking about?
Well, that was Cyndi Lauper. I mean,
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper was still a huge star at the time, so
Yeah.
of course you gotta let her talk, get as much mileage out of her as you can.
Yeah. I mean, even her promo wasn't.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
her
I
main
can't
point,
remember. Hers was not
It
terrible.
wasn't
Am I right?
so great.
Leilani
Eh.
Kai, if I remember, hers was
Leilani Kai and
purely
Wendy
not
Richter
good.
both did not sound good, and Cyndi Lauper's wasn't that great. She was very excited. Didn't quite seem
Yeah.
to know how to kind of cut out a pace and just sort of vomited out as much of her words as she could in one shot, and that was
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, she's a
Her
celebrity.
main point, her
Yep.
main point was that she had learned how to manage from Captain Lou.
How to manage?
Yep.
What?
She said she learned how to be a manager from him, that he taught her.
That sounds
Because she
like the
was-
most illegitimate thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, there's a lot of little tricks and
Yeah,
little shortcuts.
I mean, like, if you're actually in the business, yeah. But, I mean, this is supposed to be, like, all for the crowd's sake. The crowd doesn't know there's a trick to being a manager. They think it's just those people being themselves. They're like, I mean, Bobby Heenan was an asshole because look at the way he acts at ringside. He's an asshole, and that's who he is in real life. He's just an asshole. Say, I learned how to manage. That sounds like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Anyway, we could dissect this thing all day, but there was actually a match attached to this whole thing.
And it was kind of terrible.
Yep, I was gonna say much like the Volkov and Iron Sheik victory. I
remember
interested.
things about this. It was just not good.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean, when you remember something off of like a show that's completely not memorable, because I'm sorry, let's face it, WrestleMania 1, not a memorable show except for how agonizing it was. When you remember something off of a show that's that forgettable, it was either the only good thing on the show, or it was that bad that it towered over everything else as far as suctitude goes. That match towered over everything as far as suctitude goes.
Yeah, this was probably the worst match on the show.
Yeah.
Just botchy, botchy, botchy.
Oh, nice. Eric, this bus driver's mad at me because I'm standing on top of his bus. Yeah, and guess what? I ain't paying the MetroCard fare either. Now drive.
I'll come pick you up.
Sure. Uh-oh. I'm bus surfing. I am bus surfing down a fucking giant hill.
I have a feeling you will not be by the time I catch up to you.
Oh, I am?
I see the bus.
Yeah. You have to hurry up, because if this thing drops below 55 miles an hour, we're all gonna die. Oh god. Oh.
Jump onto the Bret Hart mobile.
Okay. Hup! Ark!
Holy shit. That's kind of cool.
In the fucking car, stop walking on it. Alright, well, I guess we saved the best for last. Nah, that's a lie. We did not save the best for last. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T with Jimmy Snuka, who was basically just there, defeated Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff with Bob Orton. Hey, did you happen to catch the parade of funerals that walked out
Oh yeah, I know you had
I,
caught that one big time when we watched it.
holy shit! I mean,
Mostly, pretty much every celebrity at ringside is dead. I mean, it's 30 years ago, but still.
yeah, it's kind of depressing. I mean, I am turning 30 years old this year, so at first they bring out Muhammad Ali, then they bring out Liberace. Once that's all done, then they show, I believe they showed Jack Tunney on TV, who he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
And then
Billy
they,
Martin is Billy Martin dead? I don't know.
I think so. I'm almost certain. Billy Martin. This is going to be a quick Google search. Yeah, he died in 1989. He's gone.
Oh wow.
And then they play the bagpipes and they bring out Roddy Piper, and it's just like, stop! Stop showing me how fragile life is.
The entrance bugged me for the simple fact that I hate when heels have big elaborate entrances like that, because it like makes them seem like a face. Like at WrestleMania 31, was it, when Rusev came out in a tank?
In a tank.
That was fucking awesome. Why do I want to boo a guy that came out in a tank?
Because you're like, man, fuck this son of a bitch. I mean, he thinks he's so great that he gets to come out in a tank while the rest of the people gotta walk to the ring like suckers. Of course he walked to the ring. You can't drive a tank to ringside, but still, like if none of the faces feel like they're good enough to, yeah, but if none of the faces feel like they're good enough to come out in tanks, then who's this Russian piece of shit to come to my country and think he's good enough to just buy a tank? Whatever. The USSR. And who's this fucking asshole to come to my country and just buy a tank and get a license for tank? I think that's a real thing. I think you go to the DMV and get a tank license and you can just... Anyway.
Can't imagine you do.
I think that's the way it works, but we're not going to spend any time talking about this. Visit your local DMV for your tank license today. Yeah, no, I see what you mean, but it's just...
I mean, it was badass as hell. But
yeah, but if it's like showy but not too showy, then that's not good. If you want to have showmanship during a heel entrance, you really need to go all out with it and make the person seem like, I feel like I deserve all this. And then you could be like, wow, what a piece of shit. Go for it.
Also from one of the more recent WrestleManias, when Miz came out with the giant fucking inflatable awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
That is not a frequent thing you're going to hear. I'm not going to apologize for saying that my brother, what the fuck am I trying to say? Oh man, my brain is going. I'm not going to apologize for the fact that my brother said that something that The Miz did was good. Because if The Miz did something right, like he came out with a giant inflatable fucking word that said awesome, to make everybody believe he really thinks he's awesome. Oh god, you almost killed us. Anyway. Yeah, so no, he did something right there. Giant letters that spell out the word awesome. And you're like, man, fuck this guy. He's not awesome. He's a fucking little scumbag. That's exactly the way you're supposed to feel. He is a little scumbag, and he knows it.
Yeah. They were just kind of on fire with The Miz that year, because that was also the same year he got that fucking...
Eric? Oh boy. I think I just lost my streaming partner. Eric? I think I hear you now.
Yes. My controller died briefly, but I'm okay now.
Ah, there you are. No, I thought it was a connection thing.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, you were saying about the Miz being on fire.
We would never fucking review this show if it cut out. Yeah, they made like a music video for him with "Hate Me Now" by Nas. And
Huh.
unfortunately, it is not on the WWE Network version, but it was fucking amazing at chronicling basically his time there. Because, I mean, he was a dipshit 90% of the time, and that was the point.
Yeah. Was that the same year
So,
that he won the title?
well, he defended the title at
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania.
Wait, no, we didn't.
Alright. Yes, he did. He defended against John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 28, I want
Seven,
to
I
say.
believe. No,
It was a horrible
it was.
WrestleMania, I remember that.
Hang on. Are you right?
I believe I'm right.
Wait, no. Okay, it
Because
was
then 29 and
27.
30 were The Rock. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah,
It
right,
was
you're right. 28 and
27
29 were The Rock
because
versus Cena.
exactly. 27 was the one where The Rock got involved, fucked up the shot for Cena. 28 was their first match, where
He lost. Well, Cena lost, I should say.
yeah, I can't remember what the big finish was that Cena fucked it up, but everybody's like, man, you really fucked up. And then they did the same spot at WrestleMania 29, and Cena fucking stopped himself. He's like, no, I ain't making that mistake again. And then he proceeded to give him about 17 attitude adjustments. A couple of rock bottoms.
After
thrown in
40
there, too.
reversals.
Yep. We'll talk about it
That
again
match is-
someday, Eric. Just keep hitting the right
I
trigger,
hope
alright? Oh, man.
That match was miserable doing that fucking WrestleMania mode that year they had that video game.
Yeah. But speaking of that match was miserable, we still do have to talk about Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. That match was miserable.
It just, it was like kind of we said before about someone else's match. It was a Hulk Hogan match.
Yeah.
Under the sea.
What the Eric, we're quite a
Under
bit
the
from the sea. Man, we're just gonna keep on going until we're under the sea, aren't we? Wow, the back of the car is missing. It's just
Under the
missing.
sea.
You really are gonna
Under
put
the
us under the sea. You really are driving straight towards. There, you're driving backwards towards the ocean.
Yeah, we actually would have already been in the sea had I not realized I wasn't backwards at the time. Or I was and didn't realize it. Yeah, boy.
Oh
Sorry.
God!
Sorry about your passenger.
Yeah, because the guy definitely kept driving. But what the fuck are you doing?
Memorial Donuts.
Okay. How's it going?
So-
Whoa! Ow! Ow! Get off my arm! No.
What the? Where'd you go?
Stupid motherfucker! Get over here! I'm gonna punch your fucking rear view mirror so hard. Whoa! That was
You
awesome!
saw I did that truck?
Hell yeah!
Okay. So. Oh,
We have to. I don't want to talk about it. It was
Um,
a good match.
yeah. I mean, Mr. T was very, very, very limited. Eat a dick!
Whoa! Did you just kill my driver?
I think now I definitely did.
Okay.
Okay, my car's underneath this other truck.
Okay. Eric, we're gonna want to get away from this truck right now. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Shit is totally in this ride. Oh, man.
Fucking stupid. X gonna give it to you. Ow! Damn it.
Sorry. Stepped on your foot there.
Yeah. Get in the car. Back up quick. Ow! Fuck.
Jake, that messed up. What in the hell was
Michael Bay Productions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We're definitely wanted by the law for that one. I mean, do you have anything to say about that match?
No, just I guess just old school sports entertainment there.
Yeah. On a side note, I believe this is the only WrestleMania that has not featured a world title match on the card.
I believe it is, yeah.
So, let me get this straight. This is Vince's flagship event that is completely make or break for the company. And they don't even showcase their #1 title.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they figured they had Hulk Hogan on it, so that was good enough.
Yeah. I mean, they have their world champion on the show.
Boy.
That's definitely a thing. But they did not have a world title match.
See, I'm not gonna lie to you, we're probably not making it out of this alive.
Yeah, I see that.
I have considerably fewer tires than I should.
Right.
4 is
Can't believe
certainly
you didn't
ideal.
buy bulletproof tires.
I thought I did. Oh, actually, no. This one I did not. Because I hadn't
man.
unlocked them yet.
Oh god,
boy.
well,
It's gonna
man
be one
down.
drive back.
Good luck, Eric.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so...
This thing's like driving a fucking bumper car.
It seems like we're about, finished with this torture anyway.
Yeah. Well, we always have to do the finishes. Finish this match was, Cowboy, Ace, #1, Top Guy, 47 other nicknames, Bob Orton. Went for a cast shot on Hulk Hogan while he was being held by Paul Orndorff. And Hogan ducked out of the way, he hit Orndorff, and Hogan pinned him just like that. No leg drop or anything, just fuck you. You got hit with a cast.
Perfect. Probably the most tolerable that Hulk Hogan has ever been. Minus the extra 5 minutes of hot dogging after the match ended. Which...
And grandstanding.
Yeah. And that is an image that we're unfortunately going to have to get used to.
Yeah.
Because it didn't only close out WrestleManias. It closed out every show pretty much right up until WCW said, hey, we'll give you more money. And he was like, okay.
Can I close the show by hot dogging and grandstanding?
No, but we're giving you a lot of money, so... Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Hit me before. Yeah, what were your feelings on the show overall?
Oh, not so good. Definitely
Tough.
not something I would want to see again.
Yep, very tough to get through.
So, would you like to hear some aftermath details and production notes?
Sure, why not?
Let's see. Approximately 3 months after WrestleMania, this is all coming from the WrestleMania 1 wiki, so no one says, oh, he's stealing it.
Yep, yeah.
Greg Valentine would lose the Intercontinental Championship back to Tito Santana in a cage match, and Volkov and the Sheik would lose the tag championship back to the US Express until they lost it to Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine.
Now, I do want to ask, because, I mean, this is the aftermath, like, going, like, months ahead? Alright, is this gonna, like, interfere with the pay-per-views that we're actually gonna watch and review later?
Well, the next one is, what is it? Is it WrestleVision or Wrestling Classic next?
I feel like it was Wrestling Classic.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Let me check
But,
it out.
that one would probably have a lot of those champions in place.
No, I was just wondering if you were like actually reading off results of shows that we will be watching.
No, no,
Yeah.
wasn't doing that. We're gonna have to suffer through in the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Hey, is Battleground next Sunday or?
I'm not even sure. No, I think it's a few more weeks because Roman is gonna be back in time for it.
Oh yeah.
Ow, dick.
I'm sniping into the ocean. If you get sniped out, it's your own fault. Yes. So the next one is a wrestling classic in November of '85. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to continue with your aftermath?
Um, and well, I was also looking at attendance figures.
Mhm.
Attendance live, 19,121 people, which
Woof.
I believe is a sellout for the Garden. And
Maybe it
over 1
was.
million viewers. Well, the Garden only holds so much. Well, at least
Yeah.
the old layout, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Over 1 million viewers through closed circuit television.
Wow. Well, for the time, it's kind of like, is that impressive? I would think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Definitely a hell of a start.
yeah. So WrestleMania, even though it wasn't looking like it until maybe a week before the show because of fucking abysmal ticket sales, it was a success, and it paved the way for the type of shit that we see today. And it's all thanks to Vince and his eye for talent theft and
Well, just a general disregard for the old ways.
yeah.
There's a popular rumor that at one point the NWA board, that some members tried to float the idea of having him assassinated.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I mean, he reached into the pocket of every promoter in the country and said, "This is mine." So, yeah.